Good afternoon. This is a wonderful Friday. It's a red Friday. Like every Friday here at Low V Rates, we wear red. If you could see everybody else in the office, you would know that we truly don't just preach this, but we also actually do it. We wear red as a way to remember everyone deployed. R-E-D, remembering everyone deployed. It's an outward expression of some very, very passionate feelings inside that we have here at Low V Rates, and that is to support our troops. Even if you have already returned from deployment, we still support you. That's what we do here at Low V Rates. Today, we're going to talk specifically about VA closing costs and certain non-allowable fees. Okay? Very, very interesting topic. And of course, anytime we see costs, we don't like that. Well, here's the good news. The VA, the Department of Veterans Affairs, when they created this home loan program, and it has changed over the years, but when they created this program, they had the veterans' interest as one of their highest, if not the highest priority. Certainly they want to take care of their lenders. I've met with many people over at the Department of Veterans Affairs Home Loan Division, and they treat us like partners. We could not do what we do without them, and they really couldn't do what they do without lenders like Low V Rates. So even though they do care about us lenders, I'm here to tell you they care about you veterans and those family members of you veterans much more than they do us. And so one of the things that they've done, obviously there are closing costs involved when you're buying your home. Let's just talk about some general closing costs before we get into the non-allowable. There's this very long list of non-allowable closing costs that the VA does not let lenders like Low V Rates or any of our competitors charge the veteran. So allowable closing costs, which would be kind of right here, would be things that are absolutely necessary no matter what. For example, appraisal. Okay? If you're going to buy a home or try to do a cash out refinance, the appraised value of that home is probably the most important thing. If you're going to go try to buy a home for $200,000 and it only appraises for $100,000, the VA doesn't want you buying that house. So you can pay for the appraisal. Now, all of these allowable closing costs that I'm going to talk about can always be paid for by the lender or the seller if you're buying a house, but they are allowed, no matter what, to be charged to the veteran in all cases. The credit report, for example, credit report, got to have a credit report. We've talked about when you do and don't need a credit report on VA loans. You always need a credit report on any type of VA loan you do, even though the score itself, as we've talked many times here at Low V Rates, is not that important, at least when you're doing a loan with Low V Rates. Some other allowable closing costs, there would be title fees, okay? For title insurance is a better way to put it, because some title fees are not allowed. Title insurance, flood certification. Man, it's been a tragedy lately with all these hurricanes and all the floods going on. We've had a lot of veterans that have been affected negatively because of the flooding down in Texas, Louisiana, Florida. However, this is why we have to get flood search to find out if someone is in a flood zone, and if they are, we want to make sure they have appropriate and sufficient flood insurance coverage for disasters like this. Other fees that you're allowed to charge, and the list goes on and on and on, but there's origination fees. We won't get into what an origination fee is today. There are discount points, and we have information on all of these fees located online. If you go to lowvrates.com, go over towards our blog, and then there's a little magnifying glass on the website. You can search any of these that you want, and you should find a big library of information. You can also check out our YouTube channel and type this in the magnifying glass, not on YouTube in general, though that would work, but while on our YouTube page, you'll find out a lot of this. So basically, if it is a standard fee or cost that is required to get a loan done, simply put, the VA allows you to pay those closing costs. Let's get into the non-allowables. Now, you might say, well, why would there ever be a closing cost that is not allowed? Well, let me just get right into that. For example, a non-allowable closing cost would be we're going to go non-allowable now. A non-allowable closing cost would be a broker fee. Okay? Cannot charge a broker fee on a VA loan. What is a broker fee? Well, as you might gather, a broker's kind of like a middleman. If you're going to go get homeowners or autos insurance, you might go to a local insurance broker. There are even mortgage brokers. Now here at Low VA Rates, we only broker about 5 or 6% of all of our loans. We are a lender. We are the direct main source of your funding. But if we wanted to broker a loan, we can't charge a fee for brokering the loan. Not allowed. It's a non-allowable fee. A lot of times you might call these junk. Okay, they're junk fees. Ways for the loan officer, the company, to charge more money than is absolutely needed. Okay, so also some more non-allowable fees. How about a escrow fee? Okay, escrow, or I'm going to say a notary fee. Okay, now your documents have to be notarized when you're getting a home loan closed. However, the VA says, look, one notary might charge $100, another notary might charge $25, and it's really kind of a junk fee in some people's opinion. So the VA says, look, you can't charge that to the veteran. The lender can pay for it, the seller can pay for it, but you cannot make the veteran pay notary or escrow fees. Another example of a non-allowable fee and charge would be an attorney fee. Okay, we all know, no offense to my friends out there who practice law, but we all know attorneys love charging fees. Okay, well, they're not allowed to charge their fees to veterans in almost any case. There are certain situations in attorney states where certain approved attorney fees can be charged, but as a generality, you cannot charge attorney fees on a VA loan. Another one, let's say I get your appraisal back and I'm questioning whether or not the appraiser is really giving a valid value on the appraisal. And I want what's called a field review or an additional appraisal, meaning appraiser A, I don't have a lot of confidence in your appraised value, so I'm going to require an additional review. I can do that as a lender, but I certainly cannot charge the veteran that fee. Now, to wrap this all up, and the list goes on and on and on. Once again, go to our website and type in on our blog, on the magnifying glass, non-allowable fees, and you'll find a bunch of different information on there. But let's just say a lender is not charging an origination fee. We should all be familiar with the 1% loan origination fee. On a $250,000 loan, your origination fee would be $2,500. The VA does say this: all of those non-allowable fees and charges that I just was referring to, if I am not charging a full 1% origination fee, I do have the ability to charge to the veteran those non-allowable fees and charges. I know this can be confusing because they're called non-allowable, but I can charge them? Yes, I can charge non-allowable fees and charges up to 1% of the loan amount. Nothing can exceed that. So if on your closing documents you're already being charged a 1% origination fee, then please make sure you are not being charged any non-allowable fees and charges. If this is confusing you, or you're in the middle of a refinance or a purchase right now, call us up. We'd love to do your loan, but even if you're already down that path with somebody else and you just want a second opinion, or you would like to feel confident in what you're being charged, give us a call. You can chat with us live online from our website, lowvarates.com. You can make comments right here on this video, either live now, and I'll answer them for you now, or we'll get back and answer them if you add those comments after this video is uploaded. But please be confident that you will not be charged anything that you're not allowed to be charged if you get your loan with Low VA Rates. If you're working with somebody that does not do a lot of VA loans, it is absolutely possible that they make a mistake, an honest mistake, and charge you something that they're not supposed to, and they may get away with it. We won't let that happen to you here at Low VA Rates. Do we have any questions about non-allowable fees and charges? Okay, if we don't, thanks for tuning in every Friday, 1:30 Mountain Standard Time in the afternoon. We are always bringing to you what we feel are important facts about the VA Home Loan Program, and sometimes we're sharing with you. Oh, before I forget, I believe it is happy birthday to the U.S. Navy today. Almost forgot that too. So it's not always mortgage facts. If you know a service member, specifically someone that served in the Navy, go give them a big hug today. Tell them thank you, and we'll see you here next week, same time.